The textile industry plays a significant role in driving global economic development. However, one major concern associated with the textile manufacturing is the large volume of effluent it generates, especially dyes that are difficult to degrade. Textile industry are categorized based on the types of fabric they produce, including cellulosic materials like cottons and linen, protein-based fabric from animals such as silk and wool, and synthetic fabric like polyester, acrylic, and nylon. Wet processing, which involves stage like sizing, bleaching, and dyeing, use a large volume of potable water and release highly contaminated wastewater. Among these, dyeing is the critical stage where the colors are added to the fibers using various chemicals to enhance the color adherence. Fortunately, many of these chemicals and dyes are released into the wastewater once the final textile product is complete. Next, synthetic dyes are widely used in the textile industry due to their high stability, broad color range, and low cost. These dyes are synthetic organic compounds that dissolve in water and bind to the textile fiber through intermolecular forces. More than 10,000 dyes are available in today's market that most of them are not easily biodegradable due to their complex structure and synthetic origin. As a result, dye baths become toxic pollutants that harm both water and soil. Next, adsorption is considered the most effective method due to its simple design, high dye removal efficiency, and ease of operation. The surface properties of the adsorbent are crucial in capturing dye molecules from wastewater. Although biosolvents often suffer from poor density, instability, and inconsistent particle size, this drawback can be minimized through acid activation, which enhances their adsorption performance. Furthermore, adsorption efficiency is influenced by contact time, which refers to the duration the absorbent remains in contact with the dye during the process. Determination the optimal contact time is important after identifying the best pH and dye concentration, ensuring that the process is efficient and preventing dye desorption from the adsorbent. An ideal adsorbent should have a large surface area, be insoluble in the solution being treated, remain chemically stable, be non-toxic.
Objective: first, to investigate the efficiency adsorbent of agriculture waste in removing textile dyes from wastewater, and the second one is to analyze the effect of parameters such as pH, contact time, dye concentration, and adsorbent dosage on dye removal efficiency. And the last one is to identify a cost-effective, eco-friendly, and scalable adsorption method for practical application in textile wastewater treatment.
The growing environmental and health risks posed by synthetic dye discharged from textile industry due to their high toxicity, persistence, and visibility have led to increased interest in finding sustainable, scalable treatment methods. Absorption stands out among these due to its operational simplicity, cost-effectiveness, and compatibility with eco-friendly materials. This review highlights key studies that demonstrate the effectiveness of various absorbents that removing dye from wastewater. Research has shown that optimizing treatment parameters such as pH, contact time, dye concentration play a crucial role in improving dye removal efficiency. Recent studies have explored a wide variety of absorbents. Ali et al. 2023 demonstrate the papaya seed and orange peel can effectively absorb dye like methylene blue and malachite green with capacity reaching 555.56 mg per gram. Similarly, Da Silva de Jesus et al. 2035 utilized cotton textile waste to produce reduced graphene oxide, which show excellent dye removal consistent with Langmuir isotherm and pseudo second-order kinetics. Bensalah 2024 evaluated polymerase resin for the removal of cationic dye achieve strong results under optimized pH and temperature. This finding confirmed that agricultural and industrial waste material offer high efficiency and environmental benefit when applied to dye removal through adsorption. So, innovative material have further enhanced absorption capability. Garrett et al. 2025 developed functionalized fluorescent particle with high reusability and removal efficiency. Tahir et al. 2024 used green synthesis magnesium oxide nanoparticle for dye removing, achieving 90% efficiency through adsorption and over 99% with photocatalysis. Saravandas and Alexander 2025 introduced manganese sulfide nanomaterial that achieve full conglomerate degradation in 10 minutes under ultrasonic irradiation. Meanwhile, Islam et al. And Al-Tohami et al. 2022 emphasized low-cost biodegradable material and the needs for integrated system. Jean et al. 2022 presented a multifunctional membrane system combining adsorption, filtration, and degradation that highlighting scalability and self-cleaning properties as essential feature for industrial deployment.
So for the first part, in this study, synthetic textile dyes such as reactive black 5, indigo, and methylene blue were used as model pollutants due to their stability and widespread industrial use. As adsorbent, agricultural waste materials like sawdust and orange peel were selected for their natural availability, cost effectiveness, and functional groups that enhance dye absorption. To maintain consistency, these materials were thoroughly cleaned, dried, and also ground. Distilled water was used throughout to prevent interference, while sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid were applied to adjust pH levels from 3 to 10, helping to analyze how pH affects the absorbent's performance under varying conditions. For the next step, to prepare the natural adsorbents, materials like orange peel and sawdust were washed and also dried at 105 degrees Celsius, ground and saved for uniform particle size. For enhanced absorption, chemical activations was done using agents like KOH and H2SO4, followed by carbonization at 400 to 600 degrees Celsius. The absorbents were then characterized using techniques such as SAM for surface morphology, FTIR for functional groups, and also BAT for surface area, and also XRD for crystallinity. The point of zero charge was also determined to understand how surface charge influence dye absorption across different pH levels. Next, in the batch absorption experiments, dye solutions between 10 and 100 mg per liter were mixed with 0.1 to 2 grams of absorbent in 100 ml volumes. These mixtures were shaken at 150 rpm and 25 until 35 degrees Celsius with samples taken at intervals up to 120 minutes. These solutions were then filtered or centrifuged before dye concentration analysis. Key parameters studied included contact time, initial dye concentration, absorbent dosage, pH range from 3 to 10, and also temperature. So these all parameters to determine their effects on dye removal efficiency and absorption behavior. Next, we move to the part analyze. To analyze dye removal, UV visible spectrometry was used to measure dye concentration at their specific maximum wavelengths. So standard calibration curves were prepared to ensure accuracy. The absorption capacity and the percentage of dye removal were calculated using standard formulas based on the difference between initial and also final concentrations, solution volumes, and also absorbent mass. So these measurements provided a clear evaluation of how effectively each absorbent performed under different conditions.
Isotherm and kinetic modeling, for example, such as isotherm model like Langmuir, Freundlich, and Temkin, and kinetic modeling such as pseudo first order, pseudo second order, and intraparticle diffusion. And the next is we go to the next step is regeneration and recovery. Desorption, solvent we use ethanol, HCl, and now and 3 to 5 regeneration cycle. Then we will do a reusability assessment. And the next is dye recovery, that we use the precipitation method, concentration technique, and potential reuse in dyeing. And the next is data analysis. So we will analyze with using origin or SPSS for the statistical analysis, or we can use also curve fitting, regression analysis, and model validation. Suggestion for this project is: first, explore composite or modified absorbents such as from agriculture waste to further improve performance. And the second one is scale up the study using column absorption to stimulate real industry wastewater treatment system. And the third is combined absorption with other techniques like membrane filtration or photocatalysis for enhanced the treatment.
For the next suggestion, it is strongly recommended to use real textile wastewater samples in future experiments. While synthetic dye solutions help provide a controlled environment, they do not reflect the true complexity of industrial effluents. Real textile wastewater typically contains a mix of dye, heavy metals, salts, surfactants, and also various organic compounds that may interfere with or compete for absorption. So, testing with the real wastewater will provide a more accurate evaluation of how robust, selective, and efficient the absorbents are under practical conditions. It also allows us to examine how factors like pH fluctuations and high chemical oxygen demand, which is COD, influence absorption behavior in actual treatment scenarios. For the last suggestion, it is crucial to conduct a full economic and life cycle assessment, which is LCA, to evaluate the feasibility of using agricultural waste absorbent at an industrial scale. So while these materials are low cost and eco-friendly in the lab, scaling up requires consideration of factors like raw material costs, energy use, especially for high temperature activation, and other than that, chemical usage for pH control, and also safe disposal or generation of spent absorbent. The LCA would also help estimate carbon footprint, water usage, and also emissions across the entire process from preparation to the end of life. So this ensures that the method is not only effective, but truly sustainable and aligned with circular economy principles.
Conclusion: the absorption is an effective and simple method for removing and recovering the textile dyes from aqueous solution. Among the textiles absorbent from the agriculture waste that show the highest removal efficiency under optimal condition. The absorption process follow the Lamont isotherm and pseudo second order kinetics indicate monolayer chemical absorptions. The absorbent was successfully regenerated and reused for multiple cycles with only a slight drops in performance, proving its potential for sustainable application.
Another conclusion, to ensure real-world use, absorbents should be tested on actual textile wastewater, which contains contact mixtures like dyes, metals, salts, and surfactants. So this will help assess their performance, selectivity, and also durability. Additionally, a full economic and life cycle analysis, which is LCA, covering raw materials, energy use, chemicals, and disposal, is needed to confirm the system sustainability and industrial feasibility.